Greetings, everybody. Happy day to you. It's Tuesday right now, and I just wanted to come on and say hi and greet everybody. See how everybody's day went. And the tone of the videos I've been doing, the last few videos have been very focused on self-love and self-concept. And I'm going to continue to dig deeper into this and just continue to teach this, because that's truly what divinity is. When we realize our own power, that everything lays within us. When we rewrite the beliefs about ourselves, that we are divine, we are whole and complete, there's nothing inherently wrong with us, and we're exactly where we need to be. And if you hear my children yelling in the background, my son's playing video games upstairs, so I apologize. But yeah, that's what true divinity is to me. That's my truth about it. And it's really important because, on my journey, you get complacent. You can get complacent very easily, where you think you're at a space where you just got it all under control, and it's like you almost stop doing the constant work that you need to do because it gets easier. But then along comes a trigger that really, really will uproot something super deep within you that you may have thought you transcended, you may have thought you passed, but it's still there. And you may go almost unconscious about it and start acting and living in a way that's your limbic system, that is your primal brain, and going back into that fight or flight, going into that fear, anxiety, those types of feelings. And, I had that happen to me. And it was happening over and over again. And I wasn't seeing it because it was like, it took me back to a place and I'm like, what is going on? I felt like a puddle on the floor. I was like, oh my gosh. And really it came down to holding space and loving that inner child wound that was coming up in me and not suppressing it, because my pattern in the past was suppressing and shutting down and just not feeling anything, because that's how I was taught. And no slight to my parents. My parents are amazing and they did the best they can with what they learned and inherited, right? And so for me, it's like I'm reteaching my children on how to feel and be in their bodies, in the emotions, when so many of us want to go cope with, substances or just distraction or work or anything to distract yourself from that feeling, which is what we don't want to do, because then it'll just get bigger. It's like the monster under the bed. The more you run from it, the bigger it gets. So we need to meet these pieces of us head on, these soul fragments, these pieces of us that are just, running the show subconsciously, and rewrite these by holding space. When you feel triggered in like an abandonment wound, or you feel like you're being taken advantage of, or something along that line, or not being heard, these are those deep wounds that all of us carry, one or two of these major wounds, because it's just, we're human. And this is what happens. Somewhere along the way, we had something occur in our lives that made us think we weren't worthy or we're going to be abandoned. And then when you get close to something, sometimes these wounds are surfacing. And a lot of the time they're subconsciously surfacing, and we won't even realize we go back into those old patterns until we realize it. And, it's really, like I said, it's about holding space and telling that little child within you that you are loved and you're cared for and you're safe. You're safe right now, and not abandoning self. That's the biggest thing. Listening to self, being worthy of self, and understanding that you got this. You are the power in your life. And it all starts with those thoughts. And it all starts with feeling those emotions, not allowing them to take over our life, but feeling them and releasing that trapped energy from our system, because that's what emotions are. They're energy in motion. And these really, really strong ones are caused by not processing them through our body at the time. A lot of the time, these things happen in childhood, and our little minds, they shut down and they store this in our nervous system and in our muscular skeletal system, and they just keep rearing their ugly heads through our life until we become aware enough and conscious enough to allow them to release. And that doesn't mean, like for me, I won't be triggered in these spots ever again. It just means I am more consciously aware of it. I asked my body where it came from. And I tell you, in meditation, within 2 minutes, I was taken to that place. I had the answer. I cried. I worked through it. And I was like holding myself, holding myself like the little child that wanted to be protected at that time in my life. So, and, I'm not saying that one meditation is going to cure it, but it's that conscious effort, to keep telling yourself you're worthy, you're loved, you are heard, you are, beautiful, whatever those limiting beliefs that are within you are. And you're so worth it. Like, that's, do the work. It's so amazing when you do it, and you just feel, you know, your mindset will shift. The clouds of fog will lift from your body and you'll just be like, yeah, I got this. I'm worth it. I am the shit. I got my stuff going on. I am amazing. I am, you know, lovable. I am whatever your limiting beliefs are. I am worthy of money. I am worthy of, you know, people listening to me, all these beautiful things. I am a priority. I am prioritized. I prioritize myself. And when we do this, we really can dig in and understand, quiet Nash, that we are worthy because we see it. You know, I see it mirrored back in my kids when I'm feeling like this because they get like that because we're all mirrors for each other. So just keep doing it, keep going, and keep loving yourself. That deep self-love. And self-love isn't about going and having a bubble bath and, you know, going to get your nails done or going to the spa. It's about really that, you know, that helps. That's surface love and taking time for yourself and prioritizing yourself. But the true self-love is holding space in those times where you're having a mental breakdown and holding yourself and understanding that this is okay and you're getting through this and talking yourself out of it and not burying it. Anyway, that's my message for tonight. I love you very much and have a great evening.